Hey guys, welcome to the Regional Victor Masterclass series at Fed Square. We're here at Pete's Pizza in Lorne. I'm Aaron and we're going to be making pizza. So we're just going to be making the dough today for 4 pizzas. So we've got our flour, some wholemeal flour, some olive oil, some salt, some fresh yeast and some water. So start with your water first. We've got 715 mils. Put 2 grams of salt, so we've got 20 grams of salt in with the water, and your olive oil. We've got 4% olive oil, 40 grams, and then put your flours in. Kilo of white flour and 100 grams of wholemeal, and 2% fresh yeast, and just sit that on top of the flour. And then with the spoon, just mix it together. You want to just mix it with a spoon until it sort of comes together, and then we'll bring it out onto the bench and knead it with our hands. And probably for about 10 minutes, you're just going to be mixing it with your hands. So we're just going to knead it for 10 minutes, and you want to just make sure you got some extra flour on the side just for dusting. Just if it's a bit sticky, just keep adding the flour. And it should start coming together pretty quickly. And it helps a lot just to, when you're mixing it, just to let it rest for a couple of minutes and then go back to it and do that 2 or 3 times. So I'm sort of just bringing one edge up and folding it into the middle for the kneading. And you're sort of just twirling it at the same time. And you're just trying to work the gluten as much as possible in the dough. Now we'll probably just let this rest one more time for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so it's been sitting for a couple more minutes again. So we'll just give it one more quick mix together. So after mixing for about 10 minutes, you just want to make sure the gluten's formed pretty well in the dough. So you just want to take a bit of your dough out. And you can sort of just stretch it in your hand. And you want to be able to see a nice thin layer of dough that's pretty clear as well. And then you know your dough's ready. So after that, you just want to keep it in a warm place for a few hours, just with a wet towel to stop it from drying out. Alright guys, it's been a couple of hours now. So we'll take the towel off and we'll cut it up into the right size dough balls we need. So just cut it into 2 first. And then you want about 200 to 250 grams of the dough balls for a standard size pizza. So once you have your dough balls, you just want to start bringing it into a nice ball. And then after we make the dough balls, we're going to let it rest for another hour or so, just to let it all relax again. So with the balling technique, you sort of just bring it all back on itself at the bottom, and just sort of using one hand to support the ball, another hand to twist it. Then you just put the tea towel back on, let it rest for an hour. Alright, now it's been resting for an hour, we'll get them ready onto the trays so we can start cooking. So you just want to put a bit of oil onto your tray so they don't stick. And to press them out, just use your fingers. You might need a little flour for dusting. Just press it out slightly. And then just put it in your hand. And spin them out. And there we go. All right, now we've made our pizza doughs onto the pans and ready to go. So we're going to go through our two most popular pizzas here at Pete's Pizza, and they start with Napoli, mozzarella, salami and pancetta, caramelised onions and olives, fresh chilli, and mini Roma's tomatoes. So the first one we're going to make is the Bingo Bango. So you start with your Napoli, just put 1 scoop on the base and spread it around. Some mozzarella, probably about 100 grams worth of mozzarella. Then it gets salami. This one's just a mild salami. Caramelised onions. Some olives. Fresh chilli. And some pancetta just broken up over the top. And then a little sprinkle of parsley. So now we're going to do the Buffalo Gary. Starts with Napoli. Some fresh basil. Just keep your basil under the mozzarella so it doesn't burn. Mozzarella and mini Roma tomatoes. And a bit more parsley. And now they're ready to go in the oven. You want to turn your oven up as hot as it can go, and it'll probably take about 10 minutes to cook. After about 5 minutes, they should start rising a bit more and then start to colour. It's been 7 minutes now, we'll just check the pizzas. As you can see, they're getting a fair bit of colour and puffing up. And they've probably just got another minute to go. And it does help if you've got a pizza stone at home as well. We might just put these on the stone just to brown up the bottoms a bit more. And they don't need long on the stone. Since that stays fairly hot, they'll basically come out straight away. With our pizzas here, we just like to brush a bit of garlic oil around the crust for a bit more flavour. And a sprinkle of salt around the crust too. And now we'll just slice them into 6 slices, straight down the centre, and then 2 on an angle. And the Buffalo Gary gets finished with some fresh buffalo mozzarella, just placed around. And a drizzle of oil just over the mozzarella. And then finish with some fresh basil. And that's everything. Thanks guys for joining us at Regional Victoria Masterclass Series at Fed Square. We hope you enjoyed making pizzas here at Pete's Pizza in Lorne. And don't forget to check out our fedsquare.com for more masterclasses.